Good afternoon. World War II veterans, those that served on the home front, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lou Jaffe, and on behalf of the entire board of the Oregon World War II Memorial Foundation, I am very pleased and honored to welcome you today to this dedication ceremony. I would like to acknowledge the members of the Grand Ronde tribe for their spiritual blessing ceremony. It was beautiful and very touching and a great way to initiate our memorial. We are here today to honor our World War II veterans and indeed their entire generation for their courage, their service to country, their sacrifices, and the legacy they have bestowed upon us. In the words of former Senator Bob Dole, who sends his regards to us today, this generation exemplified courage beyond measure, loyalty beyond words, sacrifice and ingenuity beyond imagining. Today we wish to acknowledge this legacy and to say thank you. We have many honored and distinguished guests with us today, but I am particularly honored to acknowledge the presence of Mr. Bob Maxwell from Bend, Oregon. Bob is a World War II veteran and the oldest living recipient of the Medal of Honor. Bob Maxwell.
Our first speaker this afternoon is a longtime leader in our state government. He has served his country well. He has served this state well. He is currently serving as our governor. Please welcome Governor John Kitzhaber.
Thank you very much. It is an honor to say a few words here today. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge former Governor Ted Kulingoski, who I think it's fair to say set the gold standard for how we would treat our veterans here in the state. I'm also delighted to be here with my longtime friend Frank Moore, who was actually on the beaches of Normandy 70 years ago today. D-Day was 74 years ago on July 6, 1944. On that history-defining morning, Allied troops led by the United States crossed the English Channel and, as you know, landed on the beaches of Normandy under the name Operation Overlord. That invasion involved 150,000 Allied troops, 5,000 ships, 11,000 aircraft. At the end of the first day, 9,000 Allied soldiers were dead or wounded. My own father set sail from New York Harbor on April 4th, 1944, the day his first daughter was born, who he didn't see for over 2 years. And he entered Europe through those same beaches several months after D-Day and marched all the way to Berlin. And before he died, actually 8 years ago, last Wednesday, I would call him up every year on June 6th and thank him for saving the world. 70 years later and half a world away, we're gathered here on this delightful spring afternoon to remember those who served and sacrificed and survived and came home to their families and their communities to rebuild this nation and to rebuild our world. When we talk about heroes, I think we tend to think of people with superhuman powers. I don't think that's what heroes are. I think Governor Tom McCall got it right when he said heroes are not giants framed against a red sky. They are ordinary people who say, this is my community, and it's our responsibility to make it better. Veterans memorials are often and rightly somber affairs, sobering affairs. But in our sober reflection and in our honoring, let's not forget to be grateful for what we have been given by what others gave. We remember those who gave their lives at Normandy and on battlefields across the face of the earth, on our histories, our nation's histories of war. But it is also important for us to recognize those who survived not only World War II, but Korea and Vietnam and Iraq another time, and Afghanistan. Many of those people have joined us here today. I want to simply add that veterans are not a burden that we have to bear. They are an enormous asset that we have the opportunity to be in touch with. And veterans are exactly what Oregon needs. They are mission-driven, hardworking, service-minded men and women who are ready and able to help their community. And all they ask for in return is peace of mind and health and an opportunity to prosper. I also want to add that soon another set of soldiers from the Oregon National Guard will be deployed to Afghanistan, and I ask all Oregonians to hold those guardsmen and women in their hearts and in their prayers during that deployment. And I also urge every Oregonian to take the time to learn what they can do to help our returning veterans, regardless of which war they fought in. Those who have returned from combat and those whose physical and mental injuries remain 20, 50, 70 years after they were received. Robert Kennedy once said that few men are willing to brave the disapproval of their fellows or the censure of their colleagues or the wrath of their society. That moral courage is a rarer commodity than bravery in battle or great intelligence, yet it is the one essential vital quality for those who seek to change a world that yields most difficultly to changing. I think all of those things are what we're here to celebrate today and to honor. Certainly bravery. There was more bravery involved 70 years ago than we can ever possibly imagine. And certainly great intelligence for those who saved humanity from one of the worst and darkest evils that we have ever faced. But also moral courage, also sacrifice and service, for which I, and I'm sure everyone here, will be eternally grateful. So let me thank each and every one of you, certainly the veterans from World War II, but all the other veterans who are here today. Thank you for saving the world.